Huh. Hi. Hi. Um, I just wanted to take a moment um and show my face in here. Um, I haven't okay, so what did I want to say? I have had a bit of uh a few like difficult weeks. We had some quite difficult energies. I think, the super full moon in Scorpio was no, sorry, Sagittarius was intense. Intense. Um and yeah, I kind of been catching up since. And what I wanted to speak about just briefly today is this notion of being perfect. And I do tend to fall into this one quite a lot. Um, I have been fighting myself with like not being okay, right? Um, and sometimes, I stick to my practices. I rest a lot. Like I do all the things that we're meant to do to take care of ourselves, like drinking a lot of water, resting, um, yeah, just listening to my body, um, doing my practices is such an important one, right? Um, like mm, gratitude practice, all of the stuff, and still somewhere inside, I am angry with myself for not being okay, right? And for myself, I do have a history of anxiety. I do have a part of my consciousness where I am scared to end up in, to be honest. And I'm grateful because this is what brought me to sort of, well, yeah. um, it's not actually what brought me to my spiritual practices as they are today, but it is what brought me to yoga and meditation in the first place. Without which maybe my spiritual awakening would never have happened. So who knows? Probably not. And So these days, when I'm doing really well with my mental health, just with myself, my life in general, like I've completely changed um, from being someone who's quite destructive into this person who actually do have control of her choices and her mind, and is able to believe in herself and um, be aware that I deserve love and all of these things, right? It's been a journey to get here, to come here. Um, so when I have times when I struggle, I tend to, yeah, like I said, get very angry with myself for not being okay. And then it's kind of like it's funny because the one thing that we need to do to be okay is to accept that we're not okay. We're always okay, but it doesn't feel okay in that moment, right? And the one thing that we need to do, the thing is what we're doing um when we experience something that is unpleasant, that is painful, we tend to go, unconscious or subconsciously or unconsciously go, I don't want this, right? And we start like pushing against it. And this is what happens for me. And then in the past, I used to just go, oh, destructive mode, right? Like, I'm gonna, I don't know, like go out for a drink and I'm gonna, like push this thing away. I'm gonna like do other fun things to make myself forget about like whatever reason I'm feeling this way right now. Um, and now I am just piling on, like I'm just piling on a bunch of good stuff. Like good sleep, meditation, like um and that's so funny to me now. Because I saw it today and I was in a bad mood. Like it can also be hormones today for me, but it just became so obvious how much I was not accepting the way I was feeling and just being okay, that's how I feel today and that's okay. You know, instead I was like, oh, it's been going on for weeks now. When am I getting back to my like up here, like high level consciousness, whatever. Um and It just makes me realize how incredibly funny life is. Because all the spiritual practices are all they're telling us at the end of the day is just accept everything. Like accept everything that comes to you and you will be fine. And this is the practice that I've been working with for a while now. Um, and it's a difficult one, but it is very much possible. We just have to let go of our resistance to whatever is happening and it's not happening the way we want it to happen. As soon as we let go of that resistance and just go, oh, this is what's happening in the world right now, things that I can't control. Cool. Everything just starts. First of all, most of the things are they literally just go, oh, did I care about that 1 second ago? Because it doesn't matter now. Like, it literally, you just, like that, you just change your perspective. Like Ramda says, like, you're standing in a different place all of a sudden. He's saying this in a different context, but you're all of a sudden you're standing in a different place where none, like it doesn't matter, it does not matter, it doesn't, like it's not important, it's completely unimportant. um so for me today, with going, it's not okay that I'm not feeling okay right now, and then um ending up going, okay, I'm just gonna accept this. All of a sudden I'm seeing all these perspectives of like, oh, but I'm meant to be a certain person, so therefore me feeling bad like ever apparently it's not okay, and it's not, and like just like that I'm seeing all these stories that my mind has made up about me and who I am. And the funny thing is that I've been spending the past 3 months actively letting go of all the stories that make up like Emma as a person. Um, to play with like non-duality and being in like pure consciousness. And it's been very successful in letting go of many negative stories. And then um and then it's so funny that just like that, new stories come in. Like there's this new persona now, like now you're this person and this person is meant to be this way and that way. Um and it just makes it so obvious that it never stops. The mind doesn't ever stop chattering. And this is why we need to learn how to just go beyond the mind, and through that, completely lost my train of thought. That's so funny. We go beyond the mind and we operate on a different level, and on that level is where acceptance lives, right? So through accepting whatever is coming, whatever is here now, we'll just go, okay, cool. Like that's literally like that's awareness. Like that's consciousness. If you can honestly step into that and let go of your need to control or to have things your way, or because you can't. Sometimes things will go the way you wanted them to, and then other times they really won't. Like they really won't. Like things won't happen the way you wanted them to. And it's like, okay, are you gonna waste your time being sad about it? Like, or, annoyed, or like angry, or like just like wasting your energy on fighting what is already here. Like it's already here. You can't do shit about it. You can't do shit about it. So what are you doing fighting it? Literally just invite it in. Hi, come on in, welcome. Let's have a fucking party. Like, and and just like that, all of a sudden you can see all those little mind stories going on, and all of a sudden it's so much easier to let go of whatever it was that was holding you back, right? And it's so easy to just let it go, because from that perspective you're able to see that it's all just story, it's all just mechanical thinking. From, like, we have our consciousness is our life, right? Our brain is not our life. Our brain is a mechanical thing. They've never been able to prove that consciousness is in the brain, right? Consciousness is wherever, right? We don't, but um the the brain it's just doing what the brain is doing. Like it's doing what it's used to do. And you can choose to change it. You can change it through becoming aware of your patterns. And then you can go, yeah, I don't like that pattern. Let's cut that one out. Let's replace that with something way more positive, and then that is how you change your life. That is how you change your experience of life and your actual physical life. Because everything is based on your thoughts, right? So when you start to notice your thoughts and you start to find a way to not identify with your thought, then you can go, Cool. I can see that now. And I'm gonna accept that it's there. I'm gonna accept it. And that way it just fizzles out. And then you can choose habits, mantras, ways of expressing yourself, ways of being in the world, consciously choosing how do you want to show up in the world? What words do you want to use? What things do you want to tell yourself on a daily basis? And all of these things are going to program your brain in a different way. And that is how you change your life. This took a weird turn. I wasn't expecting to end up there, but I love it. All right. Thank you for listening. Mwah, 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 mwah.